So a couple of hours ago, the UFC 318 press conference just took place. And listen, it's been a while since I made a press conference video, but I thought it was a pretty good press conference. Now, I'm actually really glad that it was actually good because we actually got beef on stage. Like we got two fighters going back and forth with each other with shit talk. We got just overall really hype energy. And most importantly, we're not getting dumbass questions being asked over and over again. If John Morgan were to be in this in part of the media team for UFC 318, his dumbass would be asking questions like, "Oh, Dustin Poirier, what does a win over Max Holloway mean for your legacy as your final retirement fight?" Or like, "Hey Max Holloway, what does a win against Dustin Poirier and winning the BMF belt, or defending the BMF belt mean for your legacy?" Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. Uh, absolute NPCs like John Morgan are asking dumbass questions, and I'm actually glad that the UFC went, "Hey, let's not bring these absolute NPC schmuck to ask like the same boring questions and actually have some engaging reporters that can actually get some good answers out of certain fighters." But yeah, with that being said though, I'm just going to be recapping some of the main highlights of what's been going on during the press conference. So without wasting any more time, let's jump right into the video. All right, the first clip I want to go over with you guys is Michael Johnson and Daniel Zellhuber. Now, I didn't really care much about this fight, but I watched the press conference, and these guys have been chatting a lot of shit to each other. It's always needed in these press conferences, and seeing as how this is actually heated, I'm actually now invested in this fight more than I thought I ever would be. And Michael Johnson, I don't know. Apparently, Daniel Zellhuber has been talking shit on Twitter a lot. I'm not exactly sure what they were saying back and forth, but apparently this has been going on for a few days. So you know that this is actual beef and animosity. I just want to hear what Michael Johnson and Daniel Zellhuber have to say to each other first.
I'm talking shit and you are sitting in your corner, so it works. So shut the fuck up and just show up to.
I don't even understand what you said. Like, repeat yourself? I think you're just.
Yeah, okay, before I continue on with this, like, I think that's very cheap from Michael Johnson. Like, you clearly heard what Daniel Zellhuber was saying. You clearly heard the crowd's reaction to whatever Daniel Zellhuber was saying. So, all right, so don't pretend like this is some like fucking random gringo with like trying to get into America, or like who barely knows how to speak English and shit, right? Like, I feel like Michael Johnson is playing that card because Daniel Zellhuber, if you guys don't know, he's Mexican. It's kind of a hard Hispanic accent, but you can clearly understand what he's saying. And for Michael Johnson to pull that off, I thought it's kind of cheap. All right, but we'll continue on for now.
Just trying to talk yourself into a fight. Like, you're probably a fan of mine. You grew up watching me fight.
Actually, I grew up watching him.
I know that's your obsession with me. I think it's a little gay, but it's okay. You're
All right, like, okay, I'm being real, Michael Johnson. Like, I get that a lot. You've been fighting here for a while. But I don't think you have that many fans. All right, I don't think you have that many fans to be like coming up here and talking about, "Oh, you're probably a fan of mine," and I think that's a little gay, but it's okay. Like, I don't think everyone's like watching you, Michael Johnson, and going, "Yeah, he was one of my favorite fighters ever." All right, am I denying that he's uh fun to watch? No, I think Michael Johnson can be fun to watch, but I don't think anyone with their right mind would call Michael Johnson exactly their favorite fighter. And it's just kind of weird that Michael Johnson is taking this angle, but it's clearly working for Daniel Zellhuber because Michael Johnson looks pretty pissed right now, and Zellhuber, he's just smirking at him. You got that cheeky little grin, and I think this is gonna be a good fight now. Like, this can backfire because Zellhuber's style typically relies on just jabbing and elbowing at rate, elbowing. There's no real like fucking amazing head kick where like, oh shit, he's rocked and Michael Johnson's about to go down. Like, I'm not really expecting that from Daniel Zellhuber if he wins, especially. But who knows? Maybe Daniel Zellhuber might actually come out here like throwing some haymakers and possibly knock out Michael Johnson. because although I said Michael Johnson's probably going to use his wrestling experience, there's a chance he might not. And there's also a chance that Michael Johnson can get knocked out because Johnson has a very questionable chin right now. So yeah, I'm really invested in this fight regardless of who wins, and hopefully it's a banger. All right, now up next we got Paulo Costa. All right. Now, I think a lot of you guys have seen this before you're coming up to my videos. You know, like Kenny Okoye's commenting on this, and I kind of agree with him for once. All right, but basically, like if you guys didn't see this, Paulo Costa, I don't know what you was on, but
More
I don't know, you was
specifically,
tweaking, my guy. You was really tweaking, all right? I mean, you can kind of see based on like the little preview there, but like I'll just play the whole clip.
talk more specifically, you've got unfinished business with another Russian, more specifically from Chechnya. If he's tuning in this weekend, what's your message to Hamzat Chimaev?
Yes, you guys know about that already. Everybody knows about that. We have a, mutual hate. After this fight, I'm gonna send a message for him, but until there, you need to wait.
Talk more specifically.
All right, like I don't know what you was doing, Paulo Costa, or are you getting head from Tracy Cortez? And are you like, are you in need of a Benjamin? Did you hang out with Connor anytime prior to coming to the press conference? Because like this doesn't look good. Like like you could say this is nervous energy. Like and yes, fighters do come in with never nervous energy and like they're just like looking a little bit timid like this.
Finished
They're not
business with another
doing
Russian,
this.
more
Like
specifically from
right now, Paulo Costa looks like a drug. Like he's suffering from withdrawal symptoms, and like I don't understand how to explain this. Like maybe he's like clean now, but like he was on some drugs like a few weeks ago. But like again, this is kind of concerning. All right, and again, maybe Paulo Costa's just nervous. I've never seen Paulo Costa just bounce up and down, and then like and then sweat dripping down from him, and he's just like clearing it off his face and shit like that. Like, I don't know. He must be really nervous about this fight. Maybe I'm not gonna make any accusations, but if it comes out, oh, Paulo Costa tested positive for cocaine, like John Jones did back a few years ago, I wouldn't be surprised because again like this dude is clearly tweaking, right? Like he's just listening to what the reporter is asking him, and he's just, yeah, I don't like Hamza, and the Chechen dog is he's gonna go get it after I win this fight against Roman Kopila. Like, bro, you calm down, man, calm down. Like, I don't know. It just looks weird. All right. Last but not least, I tried finding clips about like Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway. Oh, by the way, Max Holloway, he was doing a very good job this press conference. He wasn't just going like, "I am the Heat, brother." You'll find out Saturday night on which was July 19th. We're gonna find out Saturday night on July 19th. Yeah, he wasn't saying the same phrase over and over again. He was actually trying to get the crowd to engage with him. As you guys know, this is Dustin Poirier's retirement week. Like, of course he's gonna get all the cheers. Of course he's gonna get all of the like celebratory questions and all that praise and stuff. And of course Max Holloway is gonna be looked at as the villain because Max Holloway, in his point of view, is coming out to ruin Dustin Poirier's like ceremony. And Max Holloway, knowing this, he was like, "Yo, boo me!" Like, what do you call it? If I was in Hawaii, then I would expect my opponent to be booed out of the stage. And overall, I think Max Holloway did a very good job of maintaining like a villain role throughout this press conference. And I'm actually very excited to see this fight. And also, I couldn't find any clips of Poirier as well. Like Poirier, I remember he was like asked a bunch of questions about like what would you tell like people from the Lafayette, Louisiana? What would you say to the next generation of mixed martial artists who want to have a successful career like yours? Like all the the glory, the praise, and all that crap. Something that Jones never got. Thank God. But Yeah, I couldn't really find any clips of that. I wish I could play them for you guys, but unfortunately, there wasn't any. So I'm just gonna put this face off here and then just give my comments on that. Oh yeah, does anyone else notice how big Max Holloway looks? Like, and now I'm starting to regret picking Poirier. Like, okay, I have bias for him, which is why I'm just gonna pick Poirier regardless, and I'm gonna cope if Poirier loses. But Max Holloway looks really big compared to Dustin Poirier, and Max Holloway just moved up to lightweight. Like Poirier's been an established lightweight contender for like the past like I don't know like 8 years. I think it's 8. I'm not exactly sure, but he's been in here for a very long time. And while Max Holloway, he's just making his move up to the lightweight division. He looks very big compared to Dustin Poirier. So I am pretty nervous. I'm still sticking with Poirier regardless. And overall, though, they're not really gonna trash talk each other. Like they embraced each other in the beginning over here. Oh wait, let me find it. Oh, okay, I messed this up. All right, yeah, like you're not really expecting any trash talk here. These guys really like each other, but unfortunately, one of them is gonna get knocked out, and I'll be less sad if Max Holloway loses because he's still gonna be here, I guess. And also, like, there's a chance that Dustin Poirier just might get like absolutely clobbered during his homecoming ceremony, and I don't want to see that. So yeah, Dustin Poirier, I hope he wins, but the face-off it was very concerning because Max Holloway he looks good. He looks very good right now for the lightweight division. All right, that's going to be for today's video. Leave a comment down below what you guys thought about UFC 318's press conference. Because again, it's rare that we get a very good press conference, and I thought it was a very good press conference. Hell, I'd say it was even better than UFC 316. And I kind of enjoyed it because, again, like the crowd and the atmosphere. Like, I guess it was kind of different, but I feel like if I went to 318 in person, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. So yeah, I'm really happy that the UFC is going a step in the right direction and just enabling these fighters to go back and forth with each other, not asking dumbass questions, and just bringing a lot of hype and energy into the press conference. But yeah, other than that, make sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you guys then. Peace.